Hello, I'm Governor Kenny Gwinn. Congratulations on your decision to work in the early care and education profession. Professional child care teachers like you provide a valuable service for working families. It's important for all of our young children to have positive early experiences that will help them enter school healthy and ready to learn. As governor, I'd like to thank you for your commitment to providing high-quality child care in Nevada. Thanks.
I'm Erin Breen, and I'd like to welcome you to the field of early care and education. So many families with children are working today that there's an urgent need for quality child care. Quality child care programs provide the foundation for early learning and success in later life. For example, did you know that the experiences that preschoolers have in child care make a big difference in how well they get along with other children? It's our goal that all young children have a healthy child care experience that will help them succeed in school and in life. The state of Nevada and those who care about children all across this state are working to meet the need for quality child care here. We're supporting families by helping them find and pay for good child care for their children. And we're working together to provide educational programs like this one for child care providers like you. Whether you're a home care provider or working in a preschool or a child care center, the job you have is an important one, caring for and teaching young children. Working in child care is not just babysitting. It's a profession, early care and education. And it's a profession that can be very demanding, yet very rewarding. Studies show that the quality of child care is better when caregivers have more education and training. The state of Nevada is doing its part to help you become the very best you can be. Become a professional child care teacher. Remember, you may be working with small children, but you do make a difference, a big difference, in the future of Nevada's children. Why do people like you become professional child care providers? Professional child care offers many rewards. One of the best, of course, is the love and affection that develops between caregivers and children. Children learn to trust and depend on their caregivers, and when you're having a difficult day, a hug from a child goes a long way. As a child care provider, you can feel good knowing that you provide a safe, healthy place for children while their parents are working. Parents can go to work confident that their children are in good hands. And that is very important for working families. Of course, professional child care involves some challenges as well, like trying to balance just how much parents can afford to pay for care with wages. Educators, researchers, and policymakers continue to work together to find creative solutions to that. In the meantime, most professional child care providers are in the field because they're passionate about the care and education of young children. Fortunately, in Nevada, there are many opportunities to learn new skills that will help you deal with these challenges. In Nevada, you can find free and low-cost training, self-study guides like this one, classes at the community college or university. So how do you know if child care work is right for you? Do you enjoy being with children? Do you feel comfortable talking and listening to them? And do you like spending time doing things with them? Good caregivers are warm and they're understanding. They treat children fairly and have a good sense of humor. They know how to respond to children in positive and healthy ways, and they must truly love and respect children. Working with small children is often unpredictable, so caregivers need to be flexible, and problem-solving skills are a must. Another quality of good child caregivers is patience. Like all of us, children are sometimes unhappy, difficult, or have trouble communicating what they need or they want. A patient caregiver will be much more successful with children in these situations. Children need lots of care and attention, so caregivers need to have a lot of energy too. Staying healthy is one good way to be sure that you will have the energy you need to do your job. Finally, child care providers should be curious and have a love of learning. Caregivers need to seek out the training and the support that will help them continually improve their knowledge and their skills as professionals. Child care regulations are different in every state, but all are designed to protect the health, safety, and well-being of children. In general, regulations are designed as minimum standards for child care. They include a variety of rules and regulations. Some of the topics are: who must be licensed to provide child care, the number and ages of children allowed in care, the number of staff required to care for children, health and safety practices, qualifications of caregivers and administrators, staff training requirements, discipline practices in child care, record keeping, reporting of child abuse and neglect. Child care programs in Nevada can be licensed by the city, the county, or by state agencies. Now that's determined by what part of the state your program is in. In Nevada, the Bureau of Services for Child Care sets the minimum standards for child care licensing. City and county agencies may set additional regulations, but they must always meet the state's requirements. Contact the State Bureau of Services for Child Care agencies about the child care licensing agency in your area. There are 3 basic types of child care licenses here in Nevada. The first is for a family child care home. Now, a family child care home can care for up to 6 children in a private home with 1 caregiver. The second is a group home. Group homes can care for anywhere from 7 to 12 children with 2 caregivers. That's also in a home setting. The third type is a child care center, preschool, or infant toddler nursery. These facilities vary in size and the number of children that they care for. You may be wondering what the process of becoming licensed to provide child care is like. Well, the basic steps are similar all across the state, but they may differ just a little between licensing agencies. The process begins with an application to the appropriate child care licensing agency. There is a fee to apply for a child care license, and it varies with each agency. Applying for a license includes completing forms, providing copies of various documents for the facility or the home and the caregivers, and working closely with the child care licensing inspector. Licensing agencies are interested in several aspects of child care programs. First, inspectors want to be certain that the facility is safe and meets all of the standards for health, fire, and building codes. Second, licensing agencies want to know about the child care staff, and they require fingerprints and background checks for all staff. They also make sure that caregivers meet all of the requirements for health, education, training, and experience. And finally, licensing agencies are interested in the actual program for children. Now, this includes things like the daily schedule, toys and equipment, curriculum or activity plans, meals and snacks, group sizes, teacher-to-child ratios, and policies and procedures. All 3 areas, facility, staff, and program, must meet the licensing standards before a license can be approved. In some parts of the state, applicants must also get the approval of the local child care board or the city council. So check with your local licensing agency for specific requirements in your area. No matter which child care licensing agency you work with, you should think of that agency as your partner in providing good child care. It's true that licensing inspectors are responsible for assuring regulations are followed, but they are also a valuable source of support for child care providers. Licensing agents have many jobs, including licensing new programs, inspecting facilities and homes, responding to complaints, and enforcing regulations. But they do so much more. They also provide training and technical assistance to caregivers and to programs. And they answer questions about child care and the licensing process. They help solve problems, and they provide valuable information and referrals to parents and to the community. As a provider, you can call upon your licensing agency for help with child care concerns, or to answer questions, or to request information, training, or even a site visit. Child care licensing agents should also be called for questions about the regulations or to report a possible violation. It's important for all child care workers to be familiar with the child care regulations that apply to your program. Copies of the regulations are available from each licensing agency. The laws that govern child care licensing are in the Nevada Revised Statutes, NRS 432. Copies of the NRS are available through the Bureau of Services for Child Care and on the Internet. Caregiver training and education is an important part of providing good, quality child care. Studies show that when caregivers have more training in child development and early childhood education, children gain more benefits. Children in high-quality child care programs develop better social skills, they have fewer behavior problems, and they perform better in school when they get older. Child care licensing agencies require caregivers to complete a specific number of professional development hours each year. Now, some of those hours must be in specific areas like child development, CPR and first aid, and signs and symptoms of illness. Training must be approved by one of the state or local licensing agencies for caregivers to receive credit for professional development hours. It's best to check with your local licensing agency for specific information about the professional development that's required in your area. Professional development hours are available in many ways. There are workshops and seminars that last for a couple of hours to several days, classes through community colleges and universities, distance education, and even online learning. Another option is the Child Development Associate Credential, or the CDA. Now, the CDA is awarded to individuals who demonstrate their competency in child care by going through an assessment process. Caregivers may also earn some of their professional development hours using new technology and distance education. Now, this can include classes online using the internet, classes via compressed video linking several learning sites, or self-study materials such as this series, Caring for Kids. No matter what part of Nevada you live in, you have a variety of professional development options from which to choose. There may also be opportunities for you to participate in a variety of programs to support your professional development, such as early childhood apprenticeships, a career ladder, or college scholarships. Contact Nevada's Early Care and Education Office to see what's available in your part of the state. In this program, we've talked about how important good child care is to children and to working families. We've looked at the rewards and the challenges of providing child care, and we've identified some personal qualities that make child care providers more successful. We hope that you see these qualities in yourself as a caregiver, and we applaud you for your desire to work in the early care and education field. This program has also discussed the process of being a licensed child care provider in the state of Nevada, the value of developing a positive relationship with your licensing agent, and the importance of professional development in early care and education. If you'd like to become a licensed child care provider or start an early childhood program in your community, speak with a local or state licensing specialist. If your program is already licensed, we encourage you to keep up to date on your licensing regulations and to build a good working relationship with your licensing inspector. Remember, child care isn't just babysitting, it's a profession. As a professional child care provider and teacher, you make an important contribution to the future of the children in your care, and you provide a vital service to working families. We hope you continue to work in early care and education, and we thank you for your dedication to young children in Nevada.